dancers! Thank you so much for joining me on another episode on Plié For The People. Today I'll be talking about how to properly point your feet. Dancers, let's actually begin by seated on the floor, nice and tall, making sure that your torso is upright and lifted. Your toes are right now very relaxed. They're not pointing down or flexing yet, making sure that they're directly in front of you. You want to try to glue your ankles together, glue your knees together. And from this position, we will start flexing the toe backwards towards your nose, then your ankle, then your heels, making sure that the heels are still on the floor to avoid hyperextension of the knees. I here have created a visual aid here using some tape on my right leg, and you want to keep a very straight line at all times. So when we start pointing, you want to keep the line very straight in order to avoid any pronation or supination of the ankles, aka sickling or winging the feet. So it should look like this. We're going to start pointing at our ankle. So don't go with the toes yet, right? You want to start with the ankle, pointing down. And then from here, you're going to start pointing the toes down, making sure to track it so that it goes straight on a straight line, like how it looks like now, yeah? So what I was referring to earlier is you want to avoid this motion. So now the line is no longer straight, right? Now you see a little curve. You want to avoid that. You want to keep it straight. So glue those heels together, squeeze those inner thigh muscles towards each other. And we're going to start flexing our toes one more time. And let's repeat it one more set. Let's start pointing down with the ankles first. Then the toes. Point, 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 point. Ideally, you want to keep the toes down. One day you should be able to point and touch the floor. And let's flex it one more time. And back. Good. Now let's externally rotate from the top of the hips here and start pointing downwards in a turnout position. Same thing, try to keep that line really straight, going down, point at the ankle, and point, 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 right? So in here, you want to avoid this situation, right? Or like overly winged. You want to just keep it very straight, point, 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 and starting with the flex and flex. Good. Keeping the same alignment in mind as we point our toes, dancers, let's try some standing movements that also applies the same concept of trying to track the toes, the ankle, and the knee on a straight line. Let's try a tendu to the front, initiating going forward with your heel, going through half point, then full point, making sure that it's a straight line between the knee, the ankle, and your toe, right? So this tape should be a visual clarification of where that need to be, right? So you want to avoid this situation where now the knee, the ankle, and the toes are not aligned, right? So keep it on a straight path. And on the way back, let's close in first. Now let's try a tendu to the side. Going through half point, then full point, making sure it's a straight line. So you always want to avoid this situation, making sure that it's straight. There we go. And let's closing back to first. Same thing going to the back. A tendu to the back. Same thing. This is the wrong way. This is the correct way. Straight line, closing, back to first. Finally, dancers, let's give our releve a try without the ballet bar. So you're going to lift your heels up, and you want to make sure that you're forming a straight line in releve and down. Let's try that one more time. Lift releve up, 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 and down. It's a little bit harder without the ballet bar, but ideally, you don't ever want to, let me just turn profile so you can see me better. You want to avoid this. Yeah, this is very dangerous, so making sure that you're all the way up in your releve and finish. Thank you, dancers, for taking a moment out of your busy day to join us today on Plié For The People and learn how to point your toes. I hope you found this video very helpful in your ballet journey. Feel free to write to us directly in the comment box down below. Let us know about your experience and let us know what would you like to work on next. I hope to hear from you. Until then, keep on dancing. Bye!